This is Alex from MetalUniverse.net. We're from Quebec, Canada. I'm here with Orphaned Land.
Hello guys.
How you doing? Good morning. How's it going?
Really good to be here. With this view, I would be happy every day.
Oh, that'll be great. I imagine it's my first time being in a balcony too, and so it's a new experience for me too. First of all, your last studio album on Some Prophets and Dead Messiahs was released in 2018. The reviews are amazing. Can you tell us more about the concept of the album and your favorite tracks on this release?
Yeah, I can definitely do that. And about this album, it took us, I thought it would take us 2 years, but it took us 5. So I guess it was worth the wait if the reviews are so good.
Yeah,
we wanted to focus on a better story, because we have basically the same subject in every album, which is peace, unity, and coexisting, but we try to attack it from a different direction, a different story, a biblical story, a story we made up, and allegories. And this time we took the allegory of Plato, which is the allegory of the cave. And when we read about that allegory, it fitted pretty much days of our lives, how it is today, when people are still deciding to go with the politicians no matter what they say. They go with the television no matter what they say. They just prefer to shut their eyes and go like a herd.
Yeah, anything regarding politics, you know how that works. And that works in every country. Politics is not the best friend for anyone. Your music is really unique. What inspired you to create this unique sound and to a new influence to each album? How much that important is to you? Because you see, from my experience, not many bands have your sound. You know, there's always a band that's transcend with their sound, and you transcended from a whole new sound that a lot of us have never heard. I remember from a personal anecdote that in 2014, when you played in San Antonio Metal, I had a friend tell me, "Is Orphaned Land playing? Book that cruise." I never heard of the band from that time, and I remember we was playing the theater when it was a smaller boat, and I was like, wow, this is something I'd never heard before. So now I'm here with you. I want to ask you, what is most proud, is unique, how's your sound influence, make it so unique? How you make it so unique?
I would say it's a matter of what we grew up to. At the beginning, it was all about just becoming, let's make some metal. And at the end, when you listen to your stuff and you like your stuff, but it's like, say there are pretty much at least 20 bands that sounds exactly like that, and you want to just try something that belongs to you. And we thought, okay, many people don't know this culture and what we listen to when we grow up in Israel and in the Middle East, and that kind of music is natural for us. It's not something that we came up with. It naturally blended. We just thought, okay, this instrument, let's try that here. It's metal. When I hear the traditional music in Israel, I can transcribe it in distortion, in blast drum beats. It works as metal. So the idea to be something more than just another metal band, that made us happen.
And it really is. Your sound is, most bands can, everybody tries, to have an influence on the sound of a band, but yours is like, there's nothing there like it out there, and that's what makes you unique.
Thank you very much.
Do you start working on new songs for the next album? What can we expect from Orphaned Land in 2020?
From 2020, we still work on some tours, some festivals and stuff like that, and we're currently trying to write the new album. It's really hard. I mean, each Orphaned Land album, we love them all, and we want to top them. We don't want to make the same thing all over again, have like a formula. We want something that is new every time, and to find that particular thing that makes it different from the other ones and better, that's a hard part. Mostly on the conceptual aspect, to find the right story to tell.
On May 30, 2020, Orphaned Land will be opener at Iron Maiden at the Blomfield Stadium at Tel Aviv, Israel. What this show means to you, playing a legendary band like Iron Maiden at that festival?
Damn. You can already see my reaction just about you talking about that. It's like, I'm already smiling and happy on the inside. It's like, wow, that's actually happening.
Everybody grew up with listening to Iron Maiden, I suppose. It's like,
Yeah.
it would be like, I'm not in a band, but I suppose that is like the biggest, you know, goal for any metal group, for a band legendary like Iron Maiden or Judas Priest, you know, just to those caliber type of bands. And good luck on that show, and you know, we'll be looking at it. What's your most proud? What are you the most proud of since the creation of the band in 1982, and your best memory so far from it?
The fact that the band is still at it. I mean, Israel is not an easy country, especially for a metal band. It's not mainstream music. It's always kind of underground, and it's the only metal band in Israel that kept going through this time. Although nowadays with the internet and stuff, it's pretty much easier to make it happen and spread your music and go on tours. But at the time, Orphaned Land is the only band that stuck in Israel from the 90s. The other bands already scattered and got jobs and lost their hair. Like that.
Doesn't I get there?
Yeah, I'm on the way as well.
I work hard on this one.
All right. So we stick there.
How can you describe the metal scene in Israel now if you compare 1982 to now 2020?
Internet.
Internet.
Definitely the internet helped so much. I mean, it helped and killed it in a way, because at the time you did not have too many metal bands, but people were bashing at concerts, buying stuff, buying CDs. And now when you have that YouTube culture and Spotify, there's a whole lot of variety of bands, but not many of them are buying stuff, so it's really hard to...
See, in my case, my music now, I got into, right here in the US, the vinyl thing is a big thing now.
Yeah, it's coming back.
Exactly, it's coming back. I just recently started collecting vinyls since May, and I never thought that once you start, there's no turning back.
Yeah, it's an addiction.
It's an addiction, you know. You need the space and all that, but now the CD, you know, the CDs was back then, and now the vinyl's coming back. So I like it, you know, it's another way to support the bands, you know, through the music, you know, not only on the streaming service, you know. Once you have a record in your hand, it's a different feeling. When I was a little kid, I used to cut class to go buy CDs at a record store. A lot of F's I got in school for that, but no.
I feel you on that one.
What does playing at 70,000 Metal means to you as a band versus other festivals across Europe like the others, and what makes 70K so different from any other festivals like Wacken, Bloodstock, Brutal? So what this particular festival is different from all the others?
The fact that you pretty much can be yourself. People can see you as a human. I mean, at festivals and stuff like that, people just see the image of me, like the rock star kind. They see me on stage, they see me at the signing session, and it's very distant. And right here, I feel like I'm on vacation with lots of people, and I happen to play by chance. The playing part is the bonus here. I'm pretty much feeling like I'm on vacation.
We all are. Trust me, I've been on this 7 times, so you can't imagine. Once you go once,
it's worth it.
Once you go once, there's no turning back. How do you feel about bands like Judas Priest and Iron Maiden being so close to retirement? What's coming next for metal after the retirement?
Metallica had that question in an interview. I think James Hetfield asked that. He was asking him pretty much what will be of the next generation, when there will be more arena bands, if it will happen or not. I personally do not believe it will happen, not at least in the metal field. It's gone, because people are not following any new bands as they used to follow the classics. There will always be people at Metallica concerts, Iron Maiden and stuff like that, but for newcomers and not so newcomers, if you're not a legend from the 80s, your concerts would not feel as much as that. That's the future.
I've seen that, because in the metal scene, see, I live here in Florida, I live in Orlando, and there's bands that, you know, you go to the show, and there's a newcomer and it's halfway empty, but then they bring like a old school death metal band, like for example Cataclysm or one of the old ones, and you see it pack, and you know, I'm not in a band, but I feel like if I was a band, a newcomer, like, you know, I feel bad. You know, like, I'm trying to get my music out, but then my old band comes and it's tough for new bands out there to come out, you know.
You have your classics in place, but that's for us, the older generation, because we grew up and that's what we had. Now they have also the classics, and the newcomers, they have so many options to choose from, so they could not really connect. There's too much to connect to.
Do you think, my last question is, do you think streaming platforms like Spotify, Google Music help bands today, and if so, in what manner does that benefit the band and versus the old days of getting the music out there? You know, now, you know, everything is streaming and platform, so how does the platform benefit the band today versus the old way of getting your music out, like it was, you know, the old school days?
Personally, I love Spotify, but I would say you can always say it helps and it makes it worse. I would just say that at some point I remember that we had songs on YouTube that people just pirate released, and it was like, okay, let's ask the label to take it down so people will buy our album. But now it's like, if you take one down, two shall rise. So it's like a never-ending story of that part. So it's like, if you can't fight it, you can't fight that. The internet will find a way to get your stuff for free, so we just give it out. At least your music will spread, and after that is spread, I believe that there are still people who appreciate music with supporting that financially. They know what is the cost behind that song they heard or listened to, and they will purchase it either ways, if they have it streaming or not.
Yeah, for me as a personal music, you know, collector, like I said, now and everybody stopped buying CDs and the platforms, and you know, since I've gotten the record, damn. When you go to a record store, you're like, man, I feel like I'm in Disney. I want to take them all. I like that feeling coming back, you know, to people buying music. Yeah, vinyl might be a little more expensive than it used to be in the day, because now it's coming back. But for me as a collector, there's no better feeling than buying an album of a band that you like.
Yeah.
See, that feeling, I hope it comes back again, you know, because I know that with other technology, it's like disappearing, like you say, but now that I'm back into it, for me, it's like I have that feeling like opening the booklet and smell the fresh of a new album. That's where the best days, you know, that's how I grew up. Thank you for your time, for taking time for us from MetalUniverse.net. I'm Alex, and this is, what's your name?
Ken.
Ken from Orphaned Land, and have a great evening, and keep rocking and selling 1,000 tons of metal.